webinar is titled 6 Months or Less to a $1,000 Emergency Cash Stash. This is part of my Cashercise program, and it can be done. This can absolutely be done. The goal of this workshop is for you to have $1,000 cash saved. That is the goal. And ideally to do it in 6 months or less. You know, everybody will take their own time. Some of you may start, not complete. Some of you may not start at all. But hopefully you will start and you will do all the activities necessary so that you will have access to $1,000 emergency cash. A lot of working adults cannot put their hands on even $100 emergency cash, let alone $1,000. So some of you may have some kind of emergency savings, but maybe not quite $1,000, and that's what we hope to change. Because honestly, guys, if you do not have this kind of money on hand, there's going to be some pain to pay. There's a lot of things we still cannot do with credit cards, and although the world is definitely going probably completely in that direction, we're still not there yet, and there's still a lot of things we cannot do with a card. There are lots of things we still have to pay by cash. For example, a valet parking. You know, sometimes you see poor people on the street, you'd like to give them something. Maybe you got your yard cut and the young man that came to do it, he wants him to be paid. There are lots of things, but the key thing that I find with an emergency cash stash is the opportunities and the problems that we can handle just because we have access to this money. So let's say, for example, a personal experience of mine is my daughter. She's married. She's going through a divorce right now. But at the time, her husband and her, you know, it was not a very pleasant experience, and they had an altercation. He hit her while she was pregnant, and it was just a horrible situation. I had to quickly go to try and help her relocate, and sometimes it's your adult children that need emergency help. Sometimes it's some situation that you need to run to the emergency room. There's some impersonal family emergency that you need to immediately respond to. And guess what? If you use your credit card, if you dip into the money that has already been budgeted for something else, you're going off budget, and you can start a whole snowball of financial challenges. However, if you have access to this money, then you can immediately respond. You can take advantage of a great opportunity, or you can avoid a great problem. Maybe your car broke. Maybe your washing machine broke and the house is leaking. Who knows? There's a lot of things that can happen like that, and you need to respond very quickly. And having this money on hand can help you avoid a problem, avoid brand new debt, because, you know, when these emergencies happen, a lot of us, the only way we have to respond is sliding that card one more time and adding to the new debt. So even if you have the best intentions in the world, if you don't have access to this money, you go off budget, you attract brand new debt, you incur a whole lot of problems. Or worse, there's great opportunities you cannot take immediate handle of. So there's a lot of things that we want to have this emergency cash money for. Other thing about this, guys, is I have been there. I totally know this experience. And maybe you know my story, but just in a quick nutshell for those of you who may be seeing me or hearing me for the very first time, Trudy Behrman here. I do have Debt Free Wealth Radio. There's a whole lot of content there about living the debt-free wealth life. Please go check that out, and that will kind of help establish who the heck I am in the first place. But also, I've been there. I've been in that comfortable life place. The recession took us down, like a lot of us, went down, and I'm on the other end of that now. So, guys, I totally understand that. On top of it, I have a lot of financial credentials, none of which I'm going to mention to impress you. Just, you can look me up, Google me. I promise you, I'm all over the internet there. But my passion is debt-free wealth for myself, and as much as you're willing, it would be my absolute pleasure to inform, inspire, and ignite you to also live the debt-free wealth way and enjoy lifestyle upgrades the debt-free wealth way, because guys, I know a lot of us are not in debt because we don't have integrity. A lot of us are in debt because there's some lifestyle experience that we insist on having that is just outside of our income bracket, and so we swipe that card, borrow that money, whatever the case may be, so that we can have that experience, so that we can have that thing. And that's where a lot of us are. But you see, when you have that emergency cash money, it also allows you to take advantage of those awesome opportunities that are off budget, because if you're living the debt-free wealth way, you're going to have a spending plan. That's a workshop for another day. But if you do have your spending plan, I hate the word budget, personal pet peeve, I prefer spending plan. But if you have your spending plan in place, every dollar is accounted for. Even if you have money being saved, it should be being saved strategically for some specific event. So if you come across some great opportunity, or those cute shoes you absolutely must have, or hopefully you're not spending money on that, but just in case you're not going off budget, off the spending plan to attract this thing and get new debt, or to cause a brand new snowball effect that, you know, if you're living paycheck to paycheck and you go out by a few dollars, you're going to start the snowball effect of being in that stress situation every single day. So that's what this emergency cash stash will help you avoid. So I know, like I said, if you don't know me, I know trust is earned. You know, maybe it won't be happening over one hangout. So I'm going to encourage you really to Google me, look me up, see, you know, what is out there on me. I am who I say I am, and I've been there, done that, and I'm on the other end of it. And if this is like bringing the lifeboats, guys, I really would like to take as many of you with me as I can. Now, every day without this emergency cash stash is an invitation to add more pain points to your life. And 6 months from now, if you do this, 6 months or less, you will have your emergency cash stash and really create that sense of financial security. Some of you, that's what it would take. If you had that, you knew you had that $1,000 sitting there just in case, it would create a sense of, you know, I can deal with that. That sense of financial peace and security that a lot of us don't have, that a single step like this can definitely give that sense of financial peace. Just this single step alone. And without it can, of course, cause a lot of pain. Now, the steps that will be shared in the workshop, which is coming up, this is the information session for the workshop. This is so that you can decide, hey, is this something I want to do? Is this the person I want to do it with? That's what this is all about. That workshop will kick off the first Thursday in August. That will be the first Thursday in August 7th. And I will have at least one more of these information events. So if there's someone else that you think, gosh, you know, they should have been here tonight, definitely I will give you another date, and you can share that with them and bring them along so that they can possibly join you on this journey. Because guess what? If you do create your emergency cash stash and they haven't, they're going to borrow money from you, and that's not the goal of the emergency cash stash. Is not to create an opportunity for others with their emergency to come and tap you. That's not the whole goal of this. So the steps that are going to be built out in that workshop are tried and proven. For those of you who stick around to the end, I am going to give you a link to a download of some of these strategies. Some of the various strategies I'll be working out. Now, these will just be a list. This will just be a list. But if you're a go-getter, action taker, and you can, you know, with an idea, just run with it, then by all means, I'm going to encourage you to do so. But those tips and strategies and more will be worked through, built out in the workshop, and it will come along with my easy system. Now, my easy system is not easy. Easy is an acronym for encouragement, accountability, support, and yippee. So encouragement is obviously, you know, this is not an easy thing to do. If it was, we'd have already done it. Okay, so the encouragement is going to be built in over the course of the four weeks. There will be a lot of encouragement to keep going, even on the difficult days. And beyond the 4 weeks, there will be additional email support and all that. So there will continuously be encouragement, accountability. Yeah, there will be homework and there will be actions that you're expected to take. And while there will be recordings and stuff that you can go back, and if you need to go at your own pace, I'm going to encourage you to do this along with me and keep to the timeline so that in 6 months or less you can have your $1,000 emergency cash stash. Because if you go at your own pace, chances are it'll never get done. I'm just afraid that you probably will not get it done. So the 4 weeks, obviously you will not probably have the $1,000 in 4 weeks, but in the 4-week workshop you will be outfitted with all the tools and strategies, and plus for beyond that 4 weeks there will still be the accountability and all that built in through email support and the occasional phone conversation with me. So the only way that these strategies won't work, guys, is if you don't work them, because they are tried and proven. Obviously, not every strategy is a fit for everybody, but these are tried and true steps. And if you do them, you will get results. So what else do I want to tell you? Now, the Bible says in Matthew 25, verse 40, and it says, "The king will say to them, 'Yes, I tell you that whenever you did these things for one of the least important of these brothers of mine, you did it for me.'" What is that talking about? That great opportunity when you can reach into your wallet and share with someone, some kind of help. And that's a lot of times what the emergency cash stash is for, because yes, it may help you, but a lot of times that money is going to be something that you're going to tap to help somebody very, very dear to you. And or it may be to help, you're on the street and you see someone who you really would like to give, and so many of us don't even have $1 worth of cash in our pockets. We're so dependent on the plastic. So one of the things that when you have this emergency cash stash, guys, you will truly be a hero for your family. You will be a hero for your family, because in someone's greatest moment of need or in the face of a great opportunity, you'll be able to step up to the plate. And it really feels good to be able to step up to the plate, because when something's on the horizon and you can't do it, you hang your head in absolute frustration. At least we have here. It's a very frustrating thing. But when you can be the champion and the hero and step up to the plate, it is an awesome feeling. So having this emergency cash stash will help you to be the hero for your family. And actually, this single step of having your emergency cash stash it is the most basic of financial steps towards avoiding future debt. Let me say that again. Having an emergency cash stash of $1,000 minimum can be the single most important financial step towards avoiding future debt, because a lot of times, like I said, you have that emergency, you're swiping that card, but if you have this cash on hand, you can avoid a future debt. The discipline to save this $1,000, that discipline is a life discipline. So you may gain that discipline over the course of this workshop and throughout the additional months that it will take for you to gain to save your $1,000. However, that life skill, that discipline, if you develop that muscle to do this during this time, that life discipline will go beyond this workshop, I promise you. Because if you get this done and you go, I did it, and you know that you feel that way, then you will really believe that you can do it again and again and again. Maybe expand that 1,000 to 3,000 to 5,000. So you will gain some life skills that are going to go beyond the workshop. This is probably the best reason for having your emergency cash stash, bar none. The freedom from begging someone else to help you in your most desperate moment. I don't know if you've ever been there, but I sure have. And when you have this $1,000 emergency cash stash on hand, you will have the freedom to never have to beg someone in your most desperate moment. The whole process of doing this cash stash can actually be fun. It can be fun. We're going to try and make it as much fun as possible. On the page, if you're accessing this workshop, this seminar on my website page, then further down the page I had some cute piggy banks, which is so much fun. It's maybe a childhood thing, but it really is totally fun. And to watch that cash rack up. And there is you need to go, if you haven't already, you need to go to that website, and I'll put the link in here if you're on the Google Hangout and not in the not on my website page. I'll put the link so that you can. There's a video. There's a video that I really want you to see, but also there on in the workshop page, when you get your login and you log in, there is going to be a chart. Right now it has dummy numbers, but you will be able to put your real numbers in, and it will create a chart for you. Now it's done on Google Docs. The Google is the equivalent of Excel, but it's done on Google Docs. That way, if you do not have Microsoft Excel, you can still participate with that chart. Put your numbers in on the dates that you have the money, and watch your a visual progress of your $1,000 cash stash. Now, the workshop, when we get it started, is going to be, like I said, a 4-week workshop. Now, what it's going to include is 4 weeks of actual training. There will be homework. There will be power calls. There will be an intake phone call with me, 30 minutes at the beginning, just to establish where you are, what your concerns are, where your mindset is, and all of that. And then one other phone call with me at any time during the 4 weeks. Now, beyond that, like I said, there will be 6 months of support by email and a possibility for an additional call, but those have to be very carefully scheduled, and we'll see how that goes. Also, you'll have access to an online game that I've created. It is the start point is triggered by your current credit score, and there's a free credit score resource for you on that page for those of you who do sign up for the workshop. That game is still in beta mode. What does that mean? It may have some glitches. It's not totally fully built out. That's why it's called beta. It's still in a developmental stage, but to the level that it is functional, and that is going to come along with this as an extra bonus. It will be totally online access, guys. So you can do it, from anywhere that you have internet access. I want to see if I can show you the. Let's see if I can play a video here. Okay. Let me get out of here. All right, let's see if I can figure out this video I want you to see here. Okay, oh, I know it's on private. That's why I'm not finding it. But in that there will be homework, and on the page that you will, when you get your login, on that page you will see that there's homework, and it will be on a week-by-week basis. You will see what the homework is, and the homework will be a series of tasks that you need to be working on to help you build out your emergency cash stash. There will be various tips and strategies for example, a simple one that really works and is taken for granted is to look around your house for coins. You'd be surprised, they do add up, and it's a project I've given the kids in the past. As soon as you get your coins, you just throw them in a container. Do not take the coins to one of those machines that gives you cash back, because a lot of times they charge a fee and it's not worth it. Just let the kids roll them and then you take them to your bank. But those are one of many tips that will be in the list for download that you can either work on it on your own, or will help you build it out in the workshop. Other strategies for finding money. Trust me, the universe wants to assist you, and there are lots of ways that money will come to you when you start to focus on your goal of creating an emergency cash stash. And that's some of the stuff that I really want to show you in the workshop. So like I said, the easy system is encouragement, accountability, support, and yippee. And we do want to celebrate those little milestones, because it's so easy to get discouraged and to get distracted. So for every time you take action, there will also be social buttons, badges, if you will, to celebrate, you taking action or you accomplishing a certain task or whatever. And these are badges you can share on social media if you want to. So you'll put an accountability in with even your own friends and family to say you are taking action. Now, I do understand that a lot of people are absolutely embarrassed to let the world know, or let anyone know for that matter, that they're having any kind of financial challenges. So I encourage you to, even if you have to register under a fake name, I don't care what you need to do, but if you need to fix your situation, fix it. Whatever way you need to do it, fix it. I don't care if it's a fake name that you come into the program with. Fix it. Just fix it, because it's just something we all need to do for our families. So there's let's see. There's also failure traps along the way. There are lots of things that can happen in life that are almost, the moment you say that this is something you want to do, they start to show up as a distraction or a diversion. And we're in that workshop, we're going to help you see what those are and help you navigate around them to keep on your goal. That mindset that you have coming in is very important, because I can tell you right here and now, if you think you cannot do this, you're right. If you think you can do this, you're also right. So the whole mindset thing will have to be addressed. In fact, I posted something on Facebook today. I was kind of a bit frustrated, and I was sharing the whole idea of the children of Israel are in Egypt in slavery. And here is Moses, trying to help them get out of slavery. Well, the fact of the matter is that even when they left Egypt and they were in the wilderness roaming, the fact is that although they were out of Egypt, Egypt was not out of them. Their mindset was still stuck on Egypt. In fact, many times they said, "Oh, I wish we could go back to Egypt. Remember when?" The debt mindset, where we want something, we simply swipe the card, is status quo for so many of us that it's really, really hard to change. So that mindset is something that will have to be addressed. It will be addressed in the workshop. You'll be surprised how many triggers and things you say unknowingly. You don't even know you're saying them, and you're literally giving away publicly that you are definitely not there, and that you probably will not get there, and you are talking yourself out of it, and you are sending out for those of you who believe in the law of attraction. This will be easy to understand. For those of you who are not quite sure about whether or not you believe in the law of attraction, let me just tell you, believe it or not, like gravity, it does exist, it does work. And when you speak certain things into the atmosphere, you are literally drawing some things onto yourself. So, when you speak negativity into the air, it's negativity that's going to come right back to you. So, there are ways that the universe will help you find that money, and I'll have absolute fun showing you some of those ways. And one of the main things that you can do right now to fast track your success towards that $1,000 emergency cash stash is sharing this workshop with others. Like I said, if you build your emergency cash and your family and friends don't do the same, once they know you have that money, even if you don't tell them, they'll just sense a sense of comfort in you, or whatever it is, they'll start begging you, and you will find an extra burden on yourself to, you're trying to carry their burdens plus your own. If they have their own emergency cash stash, and clearly that will be avoided, but if you share the workshop and they come along with you and they're also building their emergency cash stash, that referral that you give, I will compensate you $25 for that referral. And also, further down in the program, when you successfully create your emergency cash stash, the additional people that you refer into the program, I'm going to empower you to help mentor those people towards doing the very same thing. So for every 4 people that you refer that join the workshop, that's $100 towards your own emergency cash stash, which will help you get to your goal even faster. There are money muscles that you're going to develop during this time. I mean, money muscles you probably didn't even know you had, or money muscles you had and you haven't flexed in a little while. So you're going to start working on those. And if you've ever been to the gym and tried to lift weights, you know some weights are real easy, but if you do it long enough, you will still get fatigued. And there's some weights that when you try to lift them, they are very hard, and it takes everything you've got. And you're going to start feeling those money muscles as you flex them, and you're going to be very, very aware of what's going on there. The other thing, guys, is that if you don't do this, if you do not ever create your emergency cash stash of at least $1,000, you will never have it. You will never have your emergency cash stash. If you don't do it, you won't have it. And if you don't do it now, you won't have it later. So it takes time to put this together, and for every day that you delay is another day towards achieving this goal. It's like weight loss. But, we can think, oh, we'll start tomorrow, but that next slice of bread that you just ate 5 minutes later is an additional 70 to 90 calories that you have to add to tomorrow to burn off. So every single moment counts, because, guys, life is simply a series of moments strung together. Every single moment is a new moment. You don't have to wait for tomorrow. You don't have to wait for next week. We're not even promised tomorrow. So decide right now that this is something that you want to do. Decide right now that this is something you want to do, and start. And just start, because once you do this, once you start and you achieve this goal, you will have it. Don't start, you will never have it. And the workshop, the 4-week workshop, is going to be $97. However, there is a 24-hour incentive fast start. For those of you who are fast-acting starters, for 24 hours only, it will be $67. 24 hours only, and as soon as this seminar is done, I'm going to put the countdown timer up, and when that countdown timer goes down, it goes back to $97. The other thing is that you will, whether at 67 or 97, when you come in, you do get to bring your partner along with you at no additional charge, because this has to be a partnership effect. So if you are married or you are in an arrangement where you're sharing finances with someone, they need to come along with you. They need to be fully aware of what's going on. They need to participate as fully as possible, so that person comes along with you. But if you are a fast start bonus person and you act within the 24 hours at the $67 price point, I will still give you one additional person. Your partner is not counted. Your partner is assumed, because I believe what the Bible says, that the two become one. So that really will count as one. But for 24 hours and 24 hours only, you'll not only get the $30 off, but you'll get to add one additional person. That means you can have your best friend, your mom, your whatever, the person who is most likely to tap you for that emergency cash stash should come along with you, so you have a buddy in the program with you. All right, and that's for 24 hours only, guys. This is a huge, huge deal, and for those smart people who take advantage of it, then you'll be fairly compensated. After that, it goes back to $97, and no, there will not be the additional person beyond your partner. However, you will be able to refer them in for the $25 compensation to you. All right, and that basically at $97, if you create your $1,000 emergency cash stash, that's basically a 10 times return on your investment in yourself. Because remember, not only will you have your $1,000, which is 10 times the price But forget the value. Now the value is you're going to have all those money muscles, all those life skills, all of those disciplines in place that are going to help you going forward, where you're going to be able to say, hey, Trudy, thanks very much, I don't need you anymore. And that will be my score. That will be when I feel absolute success. It's not just that you got your $1,000, but you feel like you can do this without me in the future. That is the absolute. I don't have any plan to always be around. You at some point you need to be able to do this on your own, and that's for me the real goal. So that's it. I mean, if you have any questions, my workshops are basically like building blocks. So like this is one of the most basic blocks in the whole lifestyle, debt-free wealth lifestyle package. I mean, honestly, guys, if you think about it, living the debt-free wealth life, enjoying lifestyle upgrades the debt-free wealth way is not just having $1,000 emergency. There's way, way more to it than that. But we need to take this in bite-sized chunks. Actually, one of my first online courses, one of my students, her feedback to me was, wow, Trudy, there's no question, there's a wealth of knowledge here. You are totally very knowledgeable, but it was almost overwhelming. I just put so much into that workshop, and she just felt so totally overwhelmed, which I knew at the time, but it was my very first one. Since then, what we're doing now is we're breaking the content into, think of Lego blocks. Okay, so each block is a content, but it's a building block towards the ultimate goal of us enjoying lifestyle upgrades the debt-free wealth way. What's a lifestyle upgrade? That extra little thing that you really, really want to have, that you deserve, that you desire, and the thing that you may have in the past swiped your card for. But we're saying don't have that. You deserve it. You should have it. But there are ways to go about getting those things without mortgaging your soul. Okay, so that is what Lifestyle Upgrades the Debt-Free Wealth Way is all about. And having your $1,000 emergency cash stash is, to me, the most basic of all building blocks toward that, because if you don't have that, you're inviting new debt, you're missing out on incredible opportunities, and just spiraling into a whole other set of things. And for $97, guys, honestly, that's a 10-time return, not to mention the fact that you're going to have all these awesome skills and life sets and things just added to that. So unless you have a question, that's it for me for now. It was awesome. Those of you who are on, thank you very much. And I'll hang out for a little bit, and you'll see the page. If you're on my website page, you'll see that page change, and because I'm going to add the button so that you can choose to purchase. You'll see the countdown clock come on, and I'm also in a little while going to put up the free download that I promised of the strategies and tips that if you're one of those action takers and you feel, hey, with the list I can run with it, I don't need the workshop, but by all means, I encourage, it would be an absolute pleasure for me to know that I helped you at that level. So that will also come up here. I'm also going to put links to that here on the Google Hangout chat area. So if you're on the Google Hangout, just bear with me a little while, and I'm going to put all those links up in a moment. But as far as I'm concerned now, unless you have a question, I'm done. And thank you so much. And I look forward to having you on the inner circle. And I so look forward to connecting with you. All right. Do my page first. So if you see me looking away, guys, it's because I'm working on the page. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just, I'm adding those updates I just mentioned. So the first thing is, if you're on Google, let me give you the link to my page. It is, hang on a second, let me minimize this.
Trudy Merriman here, and welcome. Trudy Merriman here, and welcome to TrudyMerriman.com. Couple of quick things. You have an important appointment, and all of a sudden you realize that your car needs attention. Expensive attention. This and many other life curveballs can come our way, and so many adults that I talk to don't even have $100 cash to get their hands on, let alone an emergency cash.
Oh. Why won't it let me? Okay, it's not letting me type this in. Ouch. It's not letting me type this in. It's saying it's not supported, which I can't understand why. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is update the description area of the video. Okay, so here's the description, here's the video playback. Okay, for some reason, I am not able to see the comments. I'm not sure what to tell you guys. I'm not able, for some reason it's not letting me type the comments. Well, just connect with me. I'm not sure what to tell you. I'm not really all that great with this thing. If you're on my website, it will all be there. But if you're on Google, then I'm going to ask you to connect with me, and I'll get that to you. Thanks.